Welcome as we study together the Collect for the 29th Sunday in Ordinary Time. This prayer was originally used in the Gelasian Sacramentary in the 7th century. This prayer was used on a Sunday late in the season of Easter, but it's a great prayer for every day. Our prayer this week reads, Almighty ever-living God, grant that we may always conform our will to yours and serve your majesty in sincerity of heart. We have some great words this week, and we're going to start with this one. Conform, to receive the same form as. I was thinking about that, making something to look alike, and I don't know why, just this clay vessel came to me. So turning this lump of clay into this vase, how to conform the clay into the vase. And I thought about actually the first century rabbi. When he would choose a new disciple, this disciple had to be someone who was willing to not think like he used to think. A new disciple would be willing to put everything he knew aside, to ask questions, to answer questions, to think like, become just like, to conform to that rabbi, just to become another of the same. The next word that I spent some time with was serve, to minister, to attend to anything that may serve another's interests. Quick examples that came to my mind were a waitress, or a nurse, or the person that changes the oil in your car. But then when I was thinking about serving as ministering, I remembered the Eucharistic prayer number 2. Towards near the end of the prayer, the priest says, Therefore, as we celebrate the memorial of his death and resurrection, we offer you, Lord, the bread of life and the chalice of salvation, giving thanks that you have held us worthy to be in your presence and minister to you. Held us worthy to be of service to God. I love that. The next word, majesty, as in greatness. And when I thought about majesty, I mean, it's easy to think about, royalty. But when I thought about the greatness of God, it really was thinking about the godness. I know that's not a word, but that part of God that makes God, God. That much greatness. And sincerity, true and genuine. Now imagine having a genuine desire to serve the greatness of God. And what an incredible God who would allow us to be a part of it. But there was one more word that tied it all together. And I didn't expect that word to be will. Will. What one wishes or has determined shall be done. And as a parent, we know what that is. Thou shalt clean up your room, and thou shalt do the laundry, and thou shalt vacuum the floor, because that's what I have determined that shall be done. But the definition goes on. Will, what one wishes, or what God wishes, the purpose of God to bless mankind through Christ. Will, what God wishes to be done by us. So just maybe thy will be done isn't all about us giving up our will, because it's probably mostly about us fulfilling what God wishes to be done. This is what God wants done. This is how he wants to reach someone. It's his will, his plan, and he wants to do it through you and through me. And it's actually a pretty humbling thought that he held us worthy to be a part of his work. But if I always have to watch out to see what God's will is, what's in it for me? Holiness. God's will for each of us, his greatest will is for each of us to be a saint. Mark 3, verse 35 says, Whoever does the will of God is my brother and my sister and my mother. The fulfilling of God's will is a sign of a spiritual relationship with the Lord. And it's also answered prayer. When we want what God wants, when our will is conformed to his will, our prayers are always answered. Saying yes to God's will is our service to his greatness. It is a sign of spiritual relationship to the Lord, and it is a way that God's love and his presence come into the world. For more on the prayers of the Mass, hang out here at my website, juliestore.com. And while you're here, please sign up for my email list. The links that I have for you this week, the first one is What Does God Want Me to Do? And it's a video by Father Michael Schmitz. I love the way that he explains things. The next one is an article that I found, What is God's Will and Desire for My Life? You want some help discerning? You want some pointers? That was a really helpful article. This one is a talk that I gave for the Diocese of Sioux City a year ago. And I talked about whether you're called to intercessory prayer, conforming your will to God's, and you wouldn't believe the amazing fruit that I have seen in prayer. It's just, and it proved to me every time that when you truly have a desire, when your will conforms to God's, great things happen. Let's close in prayer. Almighty, ever-living God, grant that we may always conform our will to yours and serve your majesty in sincerity of heart. Through our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever.